Hello, everyone. This is going to be the May class, May 2026. Oh, better leave these on. And in case you need to know what you need to bring to the mat, a bolster, blocks, maybe a double mat, or some extra padding for your knees. It's important for this class to have that extra padding because we're going to be doing a bunch of low lunges with the knee down on the mat, a lot of pressure on it. And our mindfulness word for this class is power. The capacity to act on your awareness with loving discernment. Utilize your resources to the fullest and create a win-win experience. And we're also going to be doing empowering breath, which is a very energizing breath. It helps to clear out sinus. I know it did help clear my sinus up. It was pretty awesome. That was one of the breaths that was really good for that. It's a great thing to do in the morning or if you're feeling a little sluggish in the afternoon. It has great benefits for your immune system, stimulating that and keeping your body healthy. And it helps to clear your mind and refocus. So we'll be doing empowering breath. It's a simple one, but it takes a little bit of a practice. So I hope that you will enjoy it. I really have enjoyed that breath work. And so we will just go ahead and start with our warm-up. Move the chair out of the way. Move this over. Oh, shoot. Bring my phone over there. And we'll just start with a nice cleansing breath. I better put that up just a little. Try to get that straight. And so you can see my head. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there. Now I can see my head. Can't see my arms when I bring them up, but you know they're going to be up in the air. So, standing nice and tall, let's just bring that breath to our awareness a little bit. Move this stuff out of my way. And now that we have our mat squared away, or I hope that you got all of your equipment while I was doing that little talk up front. And close your eyes down, standing in Tadasana, which our feet are hip width apart. You can put your hands on your bones, not out here, your actual hip bones, and point your fingertips down, and your feet should be right underneath the fingertips. And then we're going to inhale up and exhale. We'll do 2 more of those. I'm going to check one thing. So I kind of know when to stop. Inhale up. Exhale. Oh, that feels good. One more. Inhale up. Exhale. Release that. Out through the mouth. Really let that breath come out. And then roll those shoulders back and back and back. Should feel really nice. Inhale the arms out to the side. Take a step out with each foot just a little bit so your feet are now wider than your hips. And inhale as we do a little squat down and stand up. And then up on our toes. Down, up, toes, down, up, toes, down, up, toes. Inhale those arms up to the sky. Little clap. Exhale as we lean back for a little crescent. Inhale up, exhale those hands down. Should feel good. I'm going to move this back just a little so you can actually see my hands up in the air. I think that would be better. I don't think you still can. Okay. Sorry about this adjusting. I've got a new computer. Remember, I had to get a new computer last time because of the update. My old one would not update, and I couldn't get it to work, so I had to get a new computer. And on the other computer, I had it set perfect. I knew where to put it exactly every time. Now I'm relearning all that. So let's go ahead and continue with our warm-up. Sorry about that interruption. Inhale the arms straight out. Exhale as we lean over to the right. Big stretch. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. The weather's a lot warmer now. Exhale over to the right. And stay here and then pulse that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. This computer is smaller than my other one too. Go to the left and pulse 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. Stretch those fingers out to the side as far as you can. Bring your elbows in, and we're going to pinch these shoulder blades together. Pinch and release. Pinch and release. One more. Pinch the shoulder blades, really hold that. This helps with that upper spine curvature, and then release. We're going to build these muscles in between those shoulder blades nice and strong. And we'll go ahead and get started on our flow. It's a power flow. It is great to stretch these hips out. We're going to be doing a lot of that. And then, of course, our power breath. So come back to the back of your mat. And we're going to come into a mountain pose, standing nice and tall. Bend your knees slightly. Inhale all the way up. Exhale a forward fold. We'll start in little increments. Just come down and let your fingertips hang down. We're still stretching a little bit before we start into the intense stuff. And I'm doing little pulses. Bring in that belly. Inhale up. Exhale, lean back for a little crescent. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. This time, try to touch your fingertips down to the mat if you can. Bring in that tummy. Inhale halfway up, bend your knees, exhale all the way up, stretch up to the sky. Big inhale, exhale all the way down. Walk your hands forward for down dog, our first down dog of the day. And then let's walk that dog out. So one heel up and one heel down, really stretching that out. Maybe do a little pulse on each side. I'll let you walk your dog the way you want, whatever feels good, just stretching out. And then when you've done equal sides, let's bring both heels up as high as you can. And then exhale down as low as you can. Tilt that tailbone up to the sky. Nice gentle stretch through that hamstring. And then we're going to inhale the right leg up for three-legged dog. Point that toe and rotate that ankle. 1, 2, 3, and reverse 2, 3. Inhale, let that right foot flop over to the booty. Take the knee up to the right side and make a big circle. 1, 2, 3, and reverse 2, 3. Inhale that right leg up in between your hands. Oh, I should have said, let's get our blocks. Got to get my blocks up here. We're going to be using the blocks here. So we're come up here. We're going to come into this high lunge. I'm going to get my notes up here. I'm just still kind of practicing this class here a little bit. So we're up here in a low lunge. And then we're going to sink into the left knee. So I'm going to get my blanket. Glad I keep my stuff close. So that my left knee can sink down onto that blanket because it takes a lot of pressure on that knee. And then we're going to stretch that left toes out, nice and flat. So the top of the left foot is on the mat. We're up here in this very low lunge now. And we're just going to sink down into there. We're going to breathe and hold. 1. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, you can have the choice to put your hands down on the mat if you choose. I'm just going to choose to have mine up a little bit higher. It's more comfortable for me that way. And then we're going to inhale, bringing those left toes so they are now on the mat, because we're going to raise up this left knee. Inhale, bringing up the left knee. Exhale, sink down. And I'm also going to, for the second one, I'm going to come down on top of my blocks. I'm going to bring both blocks to the inside of my right foot. And then I've just got my forearms balanced on these blocks here. We're going to inhale, raising up that left knee, and exhale down. You can go at your own pace, or you can skip this part and just stay on the first part that I showed you. Inhale up, exhale down. We'll do 2 more of these. This is a great, great stretch. And hip opener. Inhale up, exhale, bringing that knee back down. Inhale, coming back up with your hands. I'm going to take the block in my right hand and put it on the outside of the right foot again. This is where you could have stayed, or maybe you did stay here. And then we're going to inhale and start stretching this right leg out straight as we push it down and bring up the right toes. We're going to take the block in our left hand and put it back by your left knee. And the block in our right hand is going to lay down flat, because we're going to come back and sit on that as we come into a alternative monkey pose, Anukonasana. It's if you don't need the block, you can sit down on the ground. You need to keep the left foot underneath the left buttock, so your knee is bent pretty much as it can bend there. And this is more comfortable for me, but your choice to either sit down all the way or stay up here. And then we're going to do a few forward folds in this pose. I'm going to move that block out of the way that was on the left side. So inhale the hands up to the sky, and exhale as we gently fold over. Keep the toes to the ceiling so they're flexed. And then I'm just going to let my hands gently rest down here. You can see why I want to stay on the block instead of full flat sitting. I haven't tried that, but I think it would be very uncomfortable for me and some of the issues that I have now that I'm older. I'm in the golden ages of life. I have to be gentle, but I still want to be stretched. And then let's do 3 jellyfish breaths. So we're going to inhale, coming up just a little. Just let the breath raise your chest up, nothing else. And then exhale as you let your head pull down. Inhale up, just from the breath work. Exhale, release that, letting the gravity pull the head down. You should feel a nice, gentle stretch through that whole hamstring. Remember, the feet are flexed. Inhale up, last one. Exhale, release that. Inhale, pushing yourself up nice and gentle. We're doing some intense stretches, but we're going to be moving very slow. So come back up, sitting in a nice straight posture. Really get that head back over the shoulders, and your shoulders over your hips. So we're standing up nice and tall. We're going to inhale the hands out to the side, and exhale, hands back to prayer center, or heart center, and prayer hands. Big inhale, and we're going to exhale as we twist around to the right, just a little twist in our monkey position, monkey pose. Inhale back to center, exhale to the left. A little spinal twist. Inhale, center. One more on each side. Exhale, twisting to the right. Should feel nice. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Nice, gentle spinal twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, both hands down. And we're going to lift up. So I'm going to take this block and move it up to the front. I'm going to take my hands and push my bottom up and bring the block that I was sitting on back up to the front also. That way they're handy when we need them. And then we're going to come into a runner's lunge. So we have this right leg push forward, curl the left toes under, and come up. Now we're in this runner's lunge. I suggest that you keep your hands on the block somewhere. They can be lower, they can be higher, they can be all the way down on the floor. I'm just going to inhale, pushing that left leg forward and the right knee forward. And then exhale as you come down, placing the left toe on the mat and the right toes are coming up. I don't know if you can see them peeping over that block now. Inhale, right foot flat, left heel up high. Exhale, pushing back. Left heel comes down as far to the mat as possible. It may not reach. Mine does not reach. Right toes are pointing up to your head. Inhale, place that right foot flat. And then we're going to do a quad opener. So we're going to lower this left knee back down to the padded area. And we're going to bring up this block so I can raise myself up high. And I'm going to leave them there for a minute because I'm up here high. Just going to rest my hands on my right leg. I'm not trying to push anything. Just coming up to a higher lunge. We're going to go to the quad opener in just a second. I just want you to get your balance and see how this feels. And then when you're ready, I'm going to push a little bit forward. I'm going to bring this right hand over to the right side, to the inside of my right foot. And I'm on my block. You can come down to the floor if you need. I'm going to move the left block out of the way. I'm going to exhale, bending this left knee to get that situated and bring up that left foot. And I cannot grab a hold of that foot, but if you can try it because we're going to twist all the way around, raising up. If you can grab your foot, grab it, and we're going to hold this big quad stretch here. Just breathe into that. Do not overdo it. You will feel wonderful afterwards. Twisting around. I can almost touch my heel. Inhale back forward. Place both hands back down on the blocks. Curl those left toes under and push up. Take some pressure off of that knee. And then we're going to inhale the right foot back to meet the left. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Back into down dog. Ooh. And we'll do that on the other side. Inhale the left foot up. Point it up to the ceiling. And rotate that ankle. 1, 2, 3. And reverse that. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, letting that left foot fall over to the booty. Take the left knee out to the left side and make a big circle with the knee. 1, 2, 3. And reverse. 2, 3. Whew. Inhale, straightening that left leg. And as you exhale, bring the left foot up front this time. Have your blocks handy, either side of that left foot. So we're up here in this high lunge. We're going to start lowering down the right knee down to the mat. I'm putting it on my blanket. Straighten that right foot out flat. So the top of the foot is flat on the ground. The toes are flat. Inhale, coming up. And just place those hands on that left thigh, or they can be down here. Don't try to push your leg. Your legs are doing the work. If you're pushing on the legs, just take your hands off of the legs and keep them by your side if you can't keep from pushing. Because this is what helps to open up this right quad. It's a nice big stretch through there. And then we're going to exhale, leaning forward slightly, hands back on the blocks, and then lean back, bringing up these left toes to the ceiling, and place this left block underneath this left hip as we come back into Manukonasana, a monkey pose variation. Sitting up nice and straight. The right leg is tucked underneath our, can you see that? Right underneath our hip. My foot's underneath my hip. My block is underneath my left hip, and I'm sitting up nice and straight. We're going to do our forward fold, our gentle forward folds with our jellyfish breaths. Move that out of the way. Inhale the arms up. Exhale as you forward fold over. Ooh, should feel nice. I'm just going to let my head hang down. My left toes are pointing to the ceiling. And I'm going to inhale, filling my chest cavity with air, which will bring up the chest a little bit. And the head will look like it's raising. Inhale. Really filling up all through the abdominal cavity. Exhale. Letting that lower down a little bit. My hands are just resting gently on the mat. Inhale up. Exhale. Release. It's a gentle way to stretch without stressing your muscles and ligaments. Inhale. Exhale. Should feel nice and gentle. Do not overstretch or you will be very sorry. Inhale, coming up all the way. Nice slow movements. You don't have to move fast. And sitting up nice and tall again. Then we'll do our side twist, our spinal twist. Inhale the arms out to the side. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Big inhale here, holding that head up high, stretching. Exhale as we turn to the right. For that gentle spinal twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Should feel nice. Shouldn't have any pressure. Inhale center. Should feel comfortable. Exhale to the right. Anytime you do a spinal twist, you're bringing a healthy flow of blood to that spine. On your next inhale, come back to center. And exhale to the left. It's like you're squeezing all of the stress out of that back. Inhale back to center. Exhale these hands down to the mat nice and slow. We're going to bring them down. We're going to give a little push up. And grab your blocks. Make sure you get that one you were sitting on. We're going to come up here for our quad opener. So we're going to raise up. So now we've got both knees about a 90-degree bend in each one. We're going to let that settle that right knee into where you want it and your left foot. And then we're going to raise up nice and tall. for a variation of a crescent pose. Let's go ahead and just inhale the arms up too. We didn't do that on the other side, but it's okay. Inhale up. Next, I'll just lean back slightly. It's a variation of crescent pose. It's a low lunge crescent. Inhale the hands back down. And we're going to bring this left block in to the inside of the left foot and the right block to the inside of the left, or to the inside of the block that's next to your foot. And then we're going to inhale. I'm going to adjust my knee so it has a little bit more of an angle. And I'm going to lower that hip down towards the floor and bring up this right knee. That way the pressure is not right on that kneecap. It's actually a little bit in front of it, which is better for your knee. And then I'm going to take and try to come up high, raise up that leg, and twist around to hold that right foot. If you can, I cannot. I'm almost there. I can feel it. Oh, I got my heel. Oh, I'm making progress. And I'm twisting around, just holding this big, big quad stretch. It is a big one, believe me. Do not overstretch it. Breathe. Inhale, release that foot if you got it. And take both hands back down to the front. Lower that right foot down carefully. Inhale up on that right knee. And exhale as we come down. Inhale the right leg up. Not all the way, just to bring the knee up off the mat, and then exhale down. You can go at your own pace. You don't have to stay with me. You may want to go slower, or try not to go too fast. Just going to do this for a minute. It's kind of like you're just pulsing that. Probably do 4 to 6, depending on your speed. I'm going to do one more. And then I've got that up. Then I'm going to come straightening this left leg, and exhale as I bring this left leg back around to meet the right. I'm going to move my blocks out of the way and come back into this down dog. Oh, that felt really good. And then I'm going to walk my hands towards my legs. And as I exhale, I'm going to come up very slow. And roll those shoulders back. And back. And back. I think if I had a taller cart, I could get my head and arms in. I'm going to work on that this next month before I do June's class. Maybe I'll get it perfected. I'll practice some things. Okay, let's just take a little break here and do a couple of chair poses just to get our mind reset from that deep stretch. My hips feel really loose. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, prayer hands to heart center. Sit in your chair. Inhale up. Exhale, prayer hands. Sit in chair. We'll do one more. Inhale up. Exhale, prayer hands, sit in chair. Nice. And then inhale, standing up nice and tall. We're going to come down to the mat. I'm going to move my blocks over here to the side. And I don't think I'll put my padding down because I've got both knees so the weight can be distributed evenly instead of just on one carrying all the weight. We're going to do some tabletop work. Do keep your blocks handy because we will be coming into a camel's pose, so put them in the back near you and maybe on the tallest level, unless you are advanced in your camel. My classes are geared more for beginner, intermediate, and gentle yoga. I'm a senior, so I try to move a little slower than I used to and make sure that we have proper balance. We're just hanging out in our chair pose right now, which is also a good thing. So let's start with some circles. So I'm going to take my hips over to the right side and then push them back and then center them and then take them to the left and push up. These are called circles, table circles. Up and around. Let's do 5. There's 3 and 4. And the last one, and then we'll reverse that direction we were going. So we're going to start with the left hip coming to the left, circling down around center to the right and up, down around center, right and up, down around center, right and up. This should help some of that tightness down around center, right and up from doing all of those stretches. Last one, down, around, and up. Do a few cat-cows. Inhale, looking up, swaying that back. Exhale, lead with the ribs to push the back up for cat. Big arch in that back. Inhale back into cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale back to neutral. Inhale as we push those hips back on top of the feet. Lay that head down. I'm actually going to bring my block to put my forehead on my head. And then I'm going to bring my hands back behind me for child's pose. I'm just going to hang out here for a couple of breaths. Let's do a couple of jellyfish breaths. Inhale and exhale. And if you get that block on the ridge of that eyebrow, you can roll your head gently over to one side and then the other. If you have any kind of sinus, this might help with that, or perhaps a headache. Just putting pressure across that eyebrow line on that bone above the eye, your eye socket. Just roll gently side to side. Should be very comforting feeling. It may be a little sore if you have sinus. So just don't put as much pressure. And then roll back the other way. And then go back to the forehead in the center. Which just having the forehead on an object, whether it's this block, your hands, or the floor, also is a very calming pose. Inhale the hands back up towards the chest bone and give yourself a little push up. Coming up nice and slow. We're moving very slow, remember. And put the block back down for camel pose in a moment. I'm going to put that back on the head. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, straight arms down, a forward fold. We're going to do the 3 different directions. So we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, bring that right hand to the right, and the left hand follows. And then I'm going to take my head and just rest it on that left arm to a little arm stretch. Inhale the head up. Exhale back to center. Inhale the forehead down towards the floor. Inhale head up. Exhale the left hand to the left. Right hand follows. And then as you exhale, let that head rest on that right arm for a little arm stretch all the way down through that. I can feel it through my shoulder and the back, which feels really nice. Inhale the head up slightly. Exhale back to center. Inhale the forehead down to the ground, or as far as you can get it. Inhale the head up. Exhale the right hand to the right, left hand follows. And again, rest that head in the crook of that left arm. So that gives a nice gentle stretch all through that shoulder blade area. Inhale the head up. Exhale back to center. Inhale head down to the mat. Inhale the head up. Exhale, left hand to the left, right hand follows. And let that head rest in the crook of that right arm for that nice little shoulder, uh, shoulder blade pull. I can feel a tight spot there. Inhale the head up. Exhale, hands back to center. Inhale the head down to the ground. Inhale the hands back by the chest bone and your knees. Give a little push up. Come up into a kneeling position. And our last pose here is going to be that camel we're going to go into. I'm going to make sure that my blocks are here. When you come into your camel, don't use the blocks to support your weight. Just use the blocks to help you feel confident in the leaning back so you're not falling. I am going to bring my blanket back over here because this is another kneeling position that puts a lot of pressure on the knees. So that gives a little extra comfort to that knee. Inhale straight up. So you're in a kneeling position with your head over your shoulders and your shoulders over your hips, and your hips are over your knees. So you should be nice and tall and straight, minus about 2 feet that because your calves are laying on the ground at 90 degrees. So you are shorter, but you're tall in your back and your spine. Inhale, leaning up. We're going to start looking up at the ceiling and bringing this torso back. The legs are doing the work. This is a leg workout. And then if you can feel your blocks, you can just rest your fingertips there. Or if you are really flexible, you can go all the way down and grab a hold of your heels with your hands. I'm not going to do that. This is my comfort zone for here. Actually, a little bit beyond. Listen to what your body can and cannot do. And you can see there's no weight. I'm not holding myself up because I want your legs working. And if you can't resist by crashing into the block, then just don't touch the block. Just let your hands be like in your hip pocket, which is great for that heart opener because that really pulls that chest open if you do the hands in the hip pocket. Inhale coming up, nice and straight, nice and slow. Exhale the hands back down. Inhale as we lean forward, really rounding the shoulders, bringing the fingertips down to the mat to counterbalance that nice, deep back bend stretch we got in camel. Inhale coming up. Exhale, roll those shoulders back. Let's do one more camel. Then we're going to get to lay down. Yay, my favorite part, laying down. Inhale, nice and tall, and exhale as you start leaning back, bringing the head. The head stays over the shoulders. Look up here for just a second. Don't do this. That is not what this pose is about. That will make your neck hurt. So the neck stays stiff over the shoulders like you're still standing up. It's the back that's bending, not anything else. And again, your hands can be in your hip pocket. They can be down, bringing confidence to your pose by holding or touching the blocks. Tighten up those quads. Inhale coming up nice and slow. Exhale as we lean forward, bringing the fingertips down to the mat. And this time we're going to come all the way down into like a rabbit pose with the top of the head on top of the mat. Really rounding that shoulder. Inhale coming up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and back. One more time. Up and around. And then bring them to stillness. And we're going to do 2 shrugs up. Inhale, shrugging the shoulders up. Exhale, down. Inhale, shrug up. Exhale, down. And then inhale, sitting down. Move your blocks out of the way. don't think we need them the rest of the class. I'm going to get my blanket out of the way and just move it to the side. And then I'm going to lay down on my back. I'm going to grab a really quick drink though. If you have water handy, I should always put that in there. Bring some water to class, because you should take at least 1 or 2 sips during the class. I'm really sweating. It's kind of warm in here. So we have our knees up to the ceiling, feet flat on the floor. And then we're going to walk our feet out as wide as your mat. Mine is an extra wide mat, so I'm just going to come out part way. And then we're going to let the knees roll all the way over to the right side and then up and to the left for our windshield wipers. This should take any of that tension out of the hips that we maybe put in there from that deep stretch. All the way over and up, over, up, over, up, 2 more, all the way over. Let's just hang out here. Just letting those legs settle, that hip have a gentle stretch there. Stretching of its own accord. And then we're going to inhale the knees to the ceiling and exhale the other direction. Again, just letting the knees pull the hips for that stretch. Gentle stretch. Inhale the knees up. 1 more. Roll over to the side. Opposite side. And I do feel like the knee that is my left knee, because we're on the right leg, is down on the ground. Feels like it's stretching further down. I'm not trying to force it. I'm just letting it get there naturally. Inhale up. And exhale. This time the left leg comes down and the right knee will stay up in the air, but hopefully it feels like it is stretching a little more down. I haven't looked, but it feels like it is. Feels nice. Inhale the knees back up. And we're going to inhale both knees into the chest. Grab and hold your shins and give it a nice pull and roll side to side. A little low back massage. And then we're going to do several knee to chest, little workouts for the core. And then inhale those feet back down. Exhale this left leg nice and straight. Inhale the right leg up. Pull the head up. Give it a nice pull so you can feel that. And then we're going to exhale, straightening the right leg out and pulling the left leg in. Keep the torso up if you can. And just going to scissor that. Knees to chest and legs straight. Knees to chest. Really try to pull that core up, the head up. Don't try to take the chin down, but just the head, so that you're really getting this whole abdominal cavity. You should feel it in the abs. And we'll increase that speed a little with the head up. And if you can't do that, you can keep the head down and do it, and you're still getting some benefit. Or you can put it up just a little, not too high, or you can come up higher. Some people can come up higher than this. This is where my where I stop at. And let's do 1 more each side to even that out. And then bring both legs out nice and straight. Inhale the arms overhead for a full body stretch. Stretch your fingers and toes away from each other, but they stay down on the ground. Inhale, bring the arms back up. I'm going to move this out of the way before I make a disaster. We're going to do some more scissoring. And we're going to inhale both knees up. First, we're going to do a bridge. And then exhale as we come up into bridge. Holding that bridge. Feeling those glutes working. like bridge work, and then exhale down. And I think I will use the block for a squeeze because that's really good for that, for the hips. Inhale up into bridge. Place the block in between. We should have done that first. The block in between your knees, and then squeeze. Squeeze that block together, and then release. Let's do 10 squeezes. Squeeze, release. Squeeze. We're just squeezing the knees together. Release. Squeeze. If you don't have a block, you can use a pillow or your blanket and release. Squeeze. We're halfway there. Release. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Release. Squeeze. This also helps with sciatica and release. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. Release. Roll all the way down. Bring the knees up to the chest. Take your block out. Lay it to the side. And then we're going to put our hands on our knees. We're going to, actually a little above the knee. Pull the knees into the chest. Let the knees fall out to the side. And then bring it around in a circle. Into the torso, fall out, and circle around. You should feel good. There's 4, 5, and then reverse that. So we're going to let the knees fall out, come in, put together, back up, knees are pointing to the ceiling, out, pull them in, together, knees up, out, in, together, knees up, out, in, knees together, up, out, in, knees together. One more, knees up, to the side, pull them up, in, and place the feet on the mat. Inhale the right leg up, left leg is going to come out, but it's going to hover. And let's point our toes, and we're going to raise the torso up and scissor up here. Torso up, scissor. And we're going to do one more for the abs, which is a knee to elbow. You can take your hands behind your head if you want to help hold that up, and just scissor. Let's do a couple more. And bring that to stillness. Then we're going to bring the feet down to the mat. We're going to inhale, bringing this left leg long and twisting the left elbow to the right knee, back to center, left knee to right elbow, and go back and forth. 2, 3, 4, really turn. 5, I'm only counting when we get back. 6, I'm not counting the other side. 7, 8, 9, you should feel it, and 10. And then do the other leg to make that even. Feet down on the mat. Whoo, I'm hot now. Inhale, the hands back behind your head. And we're going to exhale and lift up. And then down. We'll do, let's do 20 of these. Inhale, head up and down. 3, down. 4, really work that tummy, down. 5, I'm not putting pressure on my head, I'm just supporting it, down. 6, down. 7, down. 8, down. 9, down. 10, down, halfway there. 10, down. 9, down. 8, down. 7, down, 6, down, 5, down, 4, down, 3, down, 2, almost there, down, last one up, and hold it here and pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come all the way down. Oh, I feel that in my abs. Stretch your legs nice and long. Inhale the arms overhead. Big full body stretch. Exhale as you bring it down. Inhale the feet back to the mat. Exhale as you push the hips up about 2 inches. Take the right hip over to the right about 2 inches. Stretch the legs nice and long. Inhale the left leg to the left. Right leg follows. Cross that ankle and stretch that torso over to the left. Raise this right arm up and over so you're in a crescent pose or banana asana. This helps to align that whole spine. And just breathe into any tight spot. If you're having any kind of a backache, this usually helps to correct that. Inhale, bringing the torso back to center. Exhale as you release the feet, put them back to center. Inhale the feet to the mat. Exhale as you push the hips up and bring them back in line. Stretch long, full body stretch, arms overhead, feet and fingers stretch apart as much as you can, and then we'll do a little bird dog movement. So stretch that right hand, left foot. Return to center. Stretch the left hand, right foot far apart. Inhale, center, right hand, left foot, center, left hand, right foot. Really trying to stretch them as far apart as possible. Inhale all the way down. Exhale the feet to the mat. Inhale the hips up. Take them over to the left about 2 inches. Stretch those legs nice and long. Inhale the right foot to the right. Left foot follows. Cross that over your ankle if you can. Work that torso over to the right so you have a nice C curve. Inhale the arms overhead and twisting your head looking to the right for that banana asana pose. Breathe in. Relax. Oh, I almost forgot we got to do our power breath. Inhale, exhale. We're supposed to do that before we came down. I forgot, but we can do power breath anytime. Inhale the head back to center, arms by your side. Exhale, releasing your feet so they're centered. Inhale the feet to the mat. Exhale, bringing the hips up and center that body all the way down. Just take a little bit of a break here. Breathe. Let's rotate our wrists and ankles. 1, 2, 3, and reverse. 2, 3. Inhale the feet to the mat. Exhale as you roll over onto your side. Take a push up. We're going to come to standing for power breath because we have to stand when we do power breath. And I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to come up here for a second. And then we'll do it together. But I'm going to show you this first up close so you can see. So we will do what's called cleansing breaths first, which is where we inhale up in the nose and exhale out the mouth. Don't forget your your big sigh. We'll do 2 of those. Then we'll start power breath, which is inhaling and exhaling only through the nose. Keep the mouth closed. And we'll do that 30 times as fast as you can as we pump our arms up and down. And then on your 30th, which I can't be counting out loud while I'm doing it, but you'll hear me stop. And on that last Then we will blow all of the air out of your nose as much as possible, and then hold your breath as long as you can. We're going to try to hold it for at least 15 seconds. If you don't make it to the 15 and you hear me breathe in, or at least try 15 seconds. You may only make it to 10, but that's okay. So when you need to breathe in, of course, breathe in. So then you'll breathe in, and you're going to hold that for as long as you can. And then we'll release that together, and then we'll see how you feel. Okay, that's called power breath. So, and you got to stand up for this one. I wanted to come up close so you could see how I'm working with my nose and holding my breath and everything, and the arms are up and down for the power. So, cleansing breaths first. Inhale up all the way. Exhale. Ah. Don't forget that big sigh. One more. Inhale up. Exhale. Ah. Oh, I'm going to itch my nose. Get your elbows bent, and we're going to begin. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I hope that felt good to you. It's an energizing breath, so we're going to come down and do a couple of cool downs, and then we're going to go into Shavasana. That's why I was supposed to do it earlier, because we kind of got relaxed down there. So grab your bolster and your blanket and your eye mask, whatever you want for your personal Shavasana time, and just have it handy so you can grab it. And we'll come down and cool down just a little bit, and then go into that nice relaxing Shavasana. I didn't say bring a strap, so I won't use the strap, but we're going to come into a volcano pose. So we're going to lay back. We're going to inhale the legs up high, like you're walking on the ceiling, and then take them out wide for volcano pose. And just let those legs stretch out. You can take and place your hands on the inside of your legs. Don't push. The hands just add the gravity for that nice leg stretch. And we're just going to breathe. Let's do 3 rounds of jellyfish while we're here. Inhale and exhale gently out the mouth. Jellyfish is in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more. Inhale. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, taking your legs, your hands to the outside of your legs and gently helping them push up. Remember, your feet are flat like they're walking on the ceiling. Inhale, the feet coming down, and bring your hands around the shins. Inhale your head up to the knees. Exhale down. Inhale, head up. Exhale down. Inhale, head up. Exhale down. Inhale the feet down to the mat. Exhale this left leg long. Inhale the right leg up. Take your hands out to a big T. Big inhale, and as you exhale, look to the right and let the right leg roll all the way over to the left for a big spinal twist. Should feel nice. Breathe into that back. Breathe into any tight spot that you have. We're relaxing. I feel that all the way to my glute and down the left side of my spine. Inhale this left hand to the inside of the right leg. Give it a gentle push up. And then bring that right leg nice and straight. Inhale the left leg up 90 degrees. Exhale as you look to the left and let the knee fall over to the right as far as it can. It probably won't go down. I want you to keep your shoulders on the mat. Your hip can come up. I forgot to say that. Shoulders down, hip is up. Just let that kind of relax. Breathe into that. On your next inhale, bring that right hand to the inside of the left leg and give it a gentle push up. Exhale as you straighten that left leg down. Rotate your ankle and wrist. 1, 2, 3. Reverse the direction. 1, 2, 3. And bring your blanket or your bolster underneath your knees. And we're going to go into a Shavasana for just a few minutes. And then we'll come out and have our namaste and our quote of for the month. I'm going to get my timer set. ahead and start taking any last minute movements that you feel like you need before we come up back to our day at hand. Maybe you did it in the evening and you're going to just go to bed. That'd be wonderful. You can just roll over and go to sleep, turn off the TV or computer or whatever you are looking at to do the class. It's a great way to end the evening. And then after you've done your movements, roll over onto one of your sides. And we're going to take one breath together up with a nice ah release. Inhale this right hand up. Exhale, ah. Bring that. Well, I rolled to my left, so it's my right hand came up. Yours may have been the left, but bring that top arm up in front of your chest bone. Do another nice big inhale. Exhale, ah, as you push yourself up gently, bringing that head up last, coming up nice and slow, coming into a nice, easy, seated pose. Making any adjustments that you need to feel comfortable. Inhale those arms up to the sky. Exhale, prayer hands to heart center. Rub your hands together gently, bringing love, joy, warmth, and our word power. Press that into your heart center. I bow and honor the light in you and ask that you honor the others. Namaste. I felt great. I feel wonderful now. Okay. Our quote of the day is, I'm going to have to put my glasses on. This was a long class, so I had to use tinier print. And then I outlined it in a dark color, and I'm not going to do that again because I can't read it. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Maya Angelou. I love her quote. Well, everyone have a great evening or day, whatever time of day it is for you, where you're at and when you did the class. And I will see you next month in June with a new class. So ta-ta for now. Have a great, great night. And I better put my glasses back on. I don't know where I'll put them. Oh, here. Can't read the computer either. I can't see where to end it. Oh, here it is. End. I got way too relaxed on this one. Ta-ta for now.